Hello all. We are here again in the Rover testing world, and I'm just hanging out on the Discord server. We've got a couple new rovers to look at. This is the Mark II of the Diplidocause, which is a dinosaur. I looked that up, which is cool. I approve. It's a dinosaur with a long neck, which is always a good thing. And this is by Jeebus, just same as the last one. This is the Baja Buggie, put together by RadamesAR. I feel like that's Portuguese and it should be said Radames, but I really don't know. I probably just butchered it. Anyway, that's beside the point. We're going to look at these two and test them out on the track. Just kind of chill today. This has actually got an interior. I kind of like the way these look on the outside. I feel like I'm not going to like it from the inside though. Some sort of mining vehicle again. Let's get on inside here. Actually, this button, I think this button. Okay, this button you can spam to lower it, which is really cool. I like that. And I can just run and jump in now, which is nice because it works without needing a jetpack. That's always a good thing. Inside is pretty simple. We've got a survival kit, which I approve of, and some storage, O2. This button. Oh, this button just raises this back up if you spam it, which is good. I can crouch and I can kind of crawl up into the front of this, which is nice, and I can actually crawl all the way around up front here. That's cool. Also, this is a 2 wide. Oh no, it's a 1 wide in the center. Okay, I approve of that. That's a good choice. Yeah, I don't particularly care for the decreased visibility due to these bars, but they look kind of cool from the outside, so that's nice. Also, I don't think I can walk. Oh, I can walk back here. If I'm crouching, I can walk back here. I would move these two things, just like put them on the wall or something, and then I could normal walk back here, which would be nice. Because right now I get stuck on them, which I don't like. Battery's in a good spot, low in the floor. I like the use of lighting. It's always nice to have lights inside stuff. I also noticed there's lights outside here by these stabilizers. I assume that's what they are. I like the spinning lights. And of course the drill. There's a connector on this now, which is good. Can roll back, connect to a base, and you can actually use the buttons to lower or raise yourself. I bet I saw these timers back here, and I kind of thought that the timers would be set up to do a single button press, raise and lower, but it doesn't seem like they are. What are the timer blocks for? Oh, it looks like they are supposed to lower the wheels. They're not set up though, I don't think. So I actually think with 3 timers, because I'm just going to make sure these aren't actually set up to, yeah. So these aren't actually set up to do anything. I'm going to set these up real quick to raise and lower the wheels. And you only probably need 3 blocks to do this. Basically what I would do is I would set this one, I would say this lower. We have a raise and we have an end. Okay, so the lower is going to just minimum delay, set up the actions. It's going to, do we have a group for the wheels? Apparently we do. And this is going to decrease height offset. Or is it increase height offset? We're going to go with decrease height offset because I feel like that's what it should be. And then it's also going to trigger itself again. Lower. Trigger now. So it's just going to spam itself. Let's check that to make sure it works. Okay, it's going the wrong way. So I'll stop that. I guess it's increase height offset, which is confusing because that makes it lower. Boom. Right, so it just spams itself because it tells itself to do the same thing over and over again. And it took about a second. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the end thing. And when the end goes off, all the end is going to do, just set the delay to 0 basically, is it's going to tell both of the lower and the raise timer blocks to stop. Lower, raise, stop. And actually the delay is going to be 2 seconds. That should give them plenty of time to raise or lower themselves, which pretty much should be happening instantly. And then we're going to do the exact opposite with the other timer to make it raise. And that will be groups, wheels. We want to decrease height offset. And we want to trigger itself instantly again. So raise, trigger now. And now we are pretty much good on that. Let's trigger it and make sure it works. I have to end this. Stop that. The raise is just triggering nonstop, so stop that. Just make sure everything's stopped for now. And then we'll create groups. This will be the timer raise wheel group. Oh shoot, that's the timer lower wheels group. Oops. Alright, the reason we put those in groups is so that we can push the button and we can trigger the group. So now we go here and we have raise wheels, and we're going to just start that entire group. We don't want to trigger it now because the end needs to wait 2 seconds to trigger. And then we'll go outside here and do this and set the lower group, not the specific one, the lower wheels group to start as well. Now I should be able to just push this. It lowers. I can jump in, push this, and it raises back up. And I think it didn't go long enough to raise back up. It goes long enough to drop all the way down, but it takes a little bit longer to raise all the way back up. These should be, I think, pretty much maxed out in the suspensions there. So we're going to give it a little more time on the delay. We'll make it a 3-second delay. Slow it back down. And go back up. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. It still looks the same, so maybe that's just from the weight of the vehicle. But I think that's good. Now those buttons are single press buttons, which is excellent. I'm going to go ahead and move a couple things here just to do it. Maybe I wouldn't have, I'll just change that. Because I think I would actually take this out, just so I can walk back there. and maybe put plates in. I guess they're called panels, not plates. Just do something like that. And I like that you have access to that. That's cool. Now the timer blocks are functional back there and you can walk back. I did forget to put the beacon back. Put that there so that you have access to your large cargo here, which I definitely think is cool. That's good. You also have it over here, which is nice. Now I can walk that direction. I like these lights. I would consider putting them on top though, and then you can put like a seat here just for having a passenger seat inside. I think that'd be cool. If you have the benches, sneaking a bench in there or something wouldn't be terrible, I don't think. I like that change. Let's see how this drives. Actually, blueprint it and then see how it drives. We'll just take it down here for start. I really do like this feature. I think that's super cool. I might use that for rovers that have a way to get in and out. Rovers with interiors. I have never built a rover with an interior before, but I definitely want to do that at some point, and I really like that feature, having it raise and lower. Also, there are little things. Oh, locking them. Oh, okay. That's a group, I guess. Wait a second. It locks and it turns off the pistons. That's very interesting. I don't know how they have that set up. That's cool though. And I don't see controls for the arm yet, so we're not going to mess with that. I just want to drive this. Let's check it out in first person. Yeah, the ooh, wait, there's no gyro on this. Or if there is, there's not enough of them. Okay, yeah, there's one gyro. Where did that block go? Strange. I don't think for something this big, we'll drive it around for a little bit with one gyro, but I'm gonna crash this thing real fast with one gyro. I know it already. It's what I do best. Zoom. I guess I can turn a little bit in the air with the gyro. Yeah, I mean, I can tilt myself. I can't really tilt left and right. One gyro is just not strong enough to do that. I can't roll my vehicle very well to level it. I can do it a little bit. So this one gyro is certainly better than no gyros, but otherwise I'd just be landing like that. But at least with one gyro, I can tip up and down, which is a huge help. Let's see. I can corner pretty good without rolling. That's nice. I do think I'm bopping myself in the head with this drill. Eventually it's going to blow a hole in those blocks in the top because the drill probably won't break. The other stuff will break. Alright. I think I'm going to crunch my front on this hill because it's a steep hill. Or not. Wow. Alright. Very nice. I really thought the front would hit because it's so far in front of the wheels. But I guess it turned out okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That was kind of a driving error, I think. I lost a bit of my front that time. Probably shouldn't have landed. Ooh, yeah. The front crunches down. I have to land very level, I think, with this, instead of landing with the back first, because when I land with the back first, it causes me to rotate around and smash my front next, because it's kind of heavy like that. And then that causes my front to dig in. This one's pretty good to drive around, though. The big wheels help out a lot. They always do, pretty much. Gives you a lot more clearance, a lot more leeway to drive on crazy terrain. I actually think I'm going to make it through the whole course with this fairly comfortably. I haven't rolled it yet, which is a really good sign. I don't know why this course is always really laggy right at this spot. I must be loading in like the base or something. It's kind of disturbing me. It's very jumpy. I can't do anything about that. That's just the game. Not bad. Not bad at all. For a vehicle with a interior, it's a fairly large vehicle, right? It's driving really well through this course. I'm gonna have to make something like this. I kind of like it. Another steep hill, see if we bottom out. Nope. Oh, but we're gonna miss the next one. Nah, we won't. Excellent. Alright, this little bit here I'm a little bit worried about, because I always come out through this hole a little bit funny. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, we can't flip this vehicle, because I guarantee one gyro isn't going to be enough to flip it back over. So we're going to be careful. Yeah, normally I take that as a jump and I land sideways on the wall to the right here, but I don't think I'd be able to turn enough in the air with this vehicle to do that, so it's probably a good thing we took that a little bit slower. Alright, made it up the last steep hill right at the end there. And all the way back to base with very minimal damage to it. And we took that at the max speed that this vehicle can go at, which is what? Whatever the wheels are set to. Alright, default max speed, 180. 180. Not bad. I like this a lot. Very cool. It did a really good job. I smashed the front up a little bit, but it wouldn't be me testing if I didn't break it a little bit. I really like this. Super cool. And I'm pretty sure you had these in here specifically for that reason. And yeah, you only need 3 of them, so that was perfect. Alright, let's smash this. Oh, I meant to throw it upside down, but I threw it upside right. It's gonna land just fine. I can tell already. Okay, I mean, it made a little bit of a dent. Oh, what's happening? Wait, what's happening right now? Oh no. Oh, the drill. The drill clanged into the vehicle because it took a hard landing. But it's still attached, so the piston is trying to like yank it back out. But because it clipped through the other blocks, it can't. See that? That was kind of what I was, not exactly that, but I was definitely worried that, yeah, so if you land too hard, you can clip your subgrid right through your main grid. Interesting to know. Might be able to resolve that by putting like a layer of something here. I don't know, it's a clipping issue. It's not really a breaking issue because these blocks didn't get crunched like I thought they would. The drill just straight up clipped right through. So, weird. Interesting though. Let's go check out this other vehicle I've got up here. The Baja Buggie. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Baja Buggie. Alright, this is modded for sure. I took a look at this yesterday and yeah, so there's some batteries that are in nice shapes and a few other things. Heat vents are always cool. Engine O2 generator, yeah, that's definitely modded because I didn't see that anywhere on the outside. And oh, the nice straight small hydrogen tanks, cool. So it's a hydrogen car, which is neat. I like that. Let's just look at the bottom of this. That's how we do that. Because this must be where some of the stuff is. Okay, the beacon's down here. Oh yeah, there's one of those little modded tanks. Those are kind of cool. And the little baby H2O2 generator. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that. Yeah, I like the overall look. I think I would probably go with just like a slightly different paint job, right? Make this gray white, and then I would just make this beam. I would probably make it black to match the bumper. This is a nice carbon fiber bumper, and then you don't have yellow, red, gray, and black. I'd just be like white, red, black, 3 colors. I think that would look real good. It looks really good already, but I just like fewer colors generally. Looks good though. I'm gonna just take this for a test drive right away. Oh, here's another. Oh, that's one of the little batteries. Okay. Cool. I have a feeling that the front of this is going to crunch, right? Because it's sticking out so far and so low to the ground. Any of those steep hills it's going to come up to, and it's just going to like hit the front and go flying over the front of itself. All right. Oh, it has all-wheel steering, so Yeah, I guarantee I'm just going to take this down to this flat area here, and I'm just going to show you how this will 100% roll if I just go max speed and turn. They will roll to the side. Like, there's no doubt about it. That's why we don't. That's why we don't have all-wheel steering. Just crash a couple of these. It just turns too fast. It's nice, and I guess if you're used to driving a vehicle like this and you know to be careful when you turn, but because you can't just turn a little bit very easily in this game, whenever you push a turning button, I guess maybe unless you're on Xbox, I actually don't know how that works, but on PC, you're using A and D to turn, and your wheels are either not turned or they go straight to maximum when you have the button pressed. So when you're playing on PC, these types of vehicles are so, like with this steering, it's so easy to roll them. Now, it does have gyro, so I can just do wheelies and I can just spin around real good. This actually has enough gyros to just roll all the way over, which is a good sign and a good test for me. And actually nothing exploded when I did that, so not bad. I'm going to take it around the track like this and see if I can do it without crashing. I like the way it looks from the back too when you're driving. It looks kind of cool. Oh god, see, I'm already almost flipping. Good thing there's gyros. Oh my... What am I doing? Okay, these gyros are saving me. So it turns, because of the way the wheels are turning, it turns really fast, and it's a very light vehicle, so it just kind of skips off the ground really easily. I'm getting a lot of air, even just on flat terrain here. Oof, oof, oof. I might reduce the friction. Maybe that's the solution I would go with, because when I come down on a single tire here, I'm whipping around pretty hard, and it's really hard to land on all your tires at the same time, every time. And the vehicle is very light, so reducing the friction shouldn't cause too much for problems. I'm going to just do that real quick. Turn it down to 35 and see if I can... Yeah, I can still flip myself. But I almost got a full... Come on. Roll over. Why is it not letting me roll over now? Ah! It's interesting because I had no problem with this before. I'm running out of mouse space now. Am I crazy? It's like the tip is just a little bit too far out for me to flip that back over. I probably could have done it, but I didn't want to smash it up too much. Oh my gosh. Touchy steering, very touchy steering. I'm gonna make one other change. Okay. I had to do it. I was gonna try to not do it, but the steering just feels so much more natural. Yeah, it doesn't corner as tightly, but it feels more natural when it's just the front wheels steering. I still have to be very careful around those turns to not roll myself, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, yep. There goes the front bumper on the first steep hill. Well, now that we've gotten rid of that, we shouldn't bottom out on hills anymore. Oh, the back bumper's gone too. I wonder when I did that. Apparently there's nothing vital up. Ooh, nothing vital up there though, because we're still moving. I did bottom out on that jump though. I feel like I'm getting away with a lot because of the gyro strength. We can really maneuver when we get airborne or turning sideways slightly. If I didn't have gyros on this, I probably would have had a catastrophic failure by now. Drive this in first person and see how it feels. I've never made a rover with the fighter cockpit before. I actually don't even use the fighter cockpit for planes much. It has the nice large connector on the back, which is very useful sometimes, but I feel like my field of vision is just so much worse in the fighter cockpit. I just never use it because of that. It does feel like you should be going fast in it though. This little vehicle is kind of nice. Oh! I don't know what just happened, but I'm going backwards now. What? The one thing I will give this cockpit is I do like the heads-up display. It's in a very good, like, useful spot. It's like right there in the middle. Oh my gosh. What is happening? I'm all over the place in this one. It might just be because the vehicle is fairly light, and I'm getting air a lot on these very little bumps that I'm going over. So the wheels come off the ground, and then I turn just a little bit, and then they snag sideways, and it starts spinning me around. I think something that I could check for that is suspension strength. If the suspension strength is very strong, yeah, it's 10%, which for how light this vehicle is, if you're going over bumpy terrain, honestly, this would probably be better at like 6 or 7%, and then increase the offset. And now the wheels, you'll still sit about the same height, but the wheels will be able to compress a little bit more. I don't know, I might bottom out more because of that. It might not be a wise choice, but I think it would stop the skipping on the little bumps in the terrain. And the little bumps seem to be what's spinning me around a lot. So it might just be a little bit easier to drive with that change. In most terrain, I think going off cliffs is going to be dangerous if you reduce the suspension strength. Hopefully the offset helps with that, but it's hard to say without testing. Yeah, it feels pretty good to drive. I really wish these bars were smaller, just obstructed less of your view. Another steep hill here, but we have no tip on the car, so we should be fine. All things considered, if I make it through this whole course, it's not bad. Not bad. Make it through the whole course pretty much running at... Oh, don't. Okay. The gyro let me control that and end up going forwards again. This part right here is going to be dangerous. I know it. I actually tapped the brakes there to make sure I didn't do anything weird. I definitely feel much softer on the landings with the reduced suspension strength, and I like it a lot. It feels a little more comfortable to drive. Oh, bottomed out the front again on the last steep hill. But we made it all the way around, and we're still driving, and we didn't lose any of... Okay. Don't run into blocks at full speed, because unlike terrain, large grid blocks will just destroy your rovers. But yeah, we made it all the way around the course, all in one piece, and that's pretty good. Pretty good. I honestly thought... oh. See ya. I thought it would bottom out more than it did. But I also thought, because it was so low to the ground, that it would be more stable on the flattish terrain than it was. So overall, pretty good. I think the suspension strength, changing the steering to just front wheel steering, and increasing the offset as a trade-off, I think that would probably make it a little more stable to drive. I also reduced the friction on the wheels. I don't know if that was necessary, but it will keep the grabbing and flipping down to a minimum for sure. So otherwise, yeah, those are both actually very cool vehicles. I like them. Yeah, cool. Thanks for posting them. It was fun to test them out. See you guys.